Hi guys, Gamer here, and this is Operation Flashpoint Dragon Rising Collector's Edition, a vintage collectible item which in my opinion is the best piece of collectible gaming merchandise, and I've got 5 reasons for that. Now, this is not going to be an unboxing video, which I have already done before, and you can check it out on my channel following the link after this video. However, to give you the first reason why it is such a nice item to have, I'll use a helmet that I recently bought. Let's check it out. As you can see, it's never the same, and I really mean it. Sometimes you can get a helmet that looks quite new, like it was made yesterday. Some can have signs of wear, but they are unique and rugged ones. These have truly been in service, judging by condition of the shell, which can have multiple scratches, dirt, and even dents caused by bullet hits. Liners can be brand new or look like this. It may look very old and rusty, but the signs, as you can see, and logos are in perfect condition, which means that people who put these sets together just took a bunch of decommissioned rusty helmets and branded them. Awesome. Reason number 2, it's a real deal, and I'll need to go into quite a bit of history to explain what I mean here. When you get this item, it's always either a real Soviet-made helmet produced for the Red Army during the Second World War, and after the war provided to Czechoslovakia, or it's a real helmet which was produced in Czechoslovakia during the Cold War. There are essentially 2 types of Soviet-made helmets that can come in this game set, and 3 Czech ones. Let's start with the Soviet ones. The first one is SSH-39. SSH stands for Stальной шлем or steel helmet, also known as Трёхклепка, meaning triple riveted. The second one is its successor, less common in the game set, SSH-40. Now, the SSH-39 was introduced in 1939 to replace the SSH-36, which had a number of flaws, one of which was difficulty of production. As a prototype, designers used the Italian M33 helmet. The SSH-39 turned out to be a very successful model because it was of simple, more modern design and was much easier to manufacture than its predecessor. And in 1939, the SSH would be the standard design for the Soviet helmets for the next 29 years, with only minor changes occurring during that time. It is also the design for the helmet on the tomb of the unknown soldier in Moscow. The helmet was produced primarily in 3 factories: the Stalingrad Tractor Factory, the Red October Factory, also in Stalingrad, and the Lisva Metallurgical Factory. The SSH-40 was most commonly seen in service helmets used by the Soviet Union during the Second World War. The only external difference between the SSH-39 and the SSH-40 were the 6 rivets near the bottom of the helmet as opposed to the 3 near the top of the SSH-39 shell. Rivet placement of the SSH-40 was due to a newly introduced liner, simpler and more sturdy than the previous versions. Unlike SSH-36 and SSH-39, the SSH-40 was only manufactured in 3 sizes, 1 through 3. This helmet was still in service until 1960s, when a newer version was introduced. However, many remained in use throughout the Soviet period and beyond. The SSH-40 is commonly confused with the Czechoslovak M53 helmet, which is the 3rd common type of helmet you can get in this game edition. After the end of the Second World War, the Soviet Union provided their Czechoslovak allies with SSH-39 and SSH-40 helmets and helmet shells, which were then modified and marked with proper seals in Czechoslovakia. All of these helmets received 3 riveted liner holding tabs. Eventually, Czechs began producing their own version. To tell a Soviet and a Czech version apart, one needs to look at these seals. Now, these 2 swords are the Czech factory seal of approval, and the number 2 is the size. What we need to look at is the number, which indicates the year of production. If it's 53 or higher, it's made in Czechoslovakia, as 1953 was when they began manufacturing their own version. If it's less than 53, it's originally Soviet. Unfortunately, many helmets have been repainted, so you can no longer see the original seals, and should look at some other clues like liners or straps. The first type of this collectible item is a very rare model which has both 3 and 9 rivets. The helmet was originally produced in the Soviet Union as SSH-39, then modified to SSH-40 by adding 6 rivets, and eventually was modified again in Czechoslovakia to be a 3-riveted version. The 5th type of helmet one can get in this game edition is the newest one. In the 1980s, Czechoslovakia replaced the leather strap with a 4-point nylon strap you can see here, along with a leather chin guard. This helmet came to be known as the VZ53/80 and was used as recently as in 2004. It incorporates design from a variety of different countries, especially Germany and the USSR. The shape of the shell is an exact copy of the Soviet SSH-39 and SSH-40 shell, and a very small percentage of helmets are actually SSH-40, refitted with the VZ53's leather liner. M53, unlike SSH-39 and SSH-40, is therefore a Cold War era helmet. It has been exported to a lot of communist-backed countries during that time. It has seen action in Cuba, Afghanistan, Egypt, Albania, Iraq, and North Vietnam. Reason number 3. It's a very mature item. There are many mature collectors who collect army helmets, and when I look at typical collectible gaming merchandise, what I tend to see is essentially toys, plastic weapon replicas, game patches, stickers. Some of them are actually useful though, as there are some branded gaming accessories, t-shirts and power banks. But you can't keep them forever. I mean, it's hard to imagine a very mature, let alone old person keeping that stuff on their shelf, unless it's a piece of history or something truly valuable, you know, something you will still value years after you stop playing games. Like these artifacts, I'm certain they will still be sitting on my shelf as both reminders of some good old gaming days and as real artifacts from World War II and also from the Cold War period, which I have always been interested in. Reason number 4. These are potentially expensive items. Helmets which have original seals can cost up to $200 United States dollars, if you have a rare version and size, of course. Even nowadays, these helmets can be seen in war museums. As time goes by, they will be more and more expensive, as genuine ones will be harder to find. Reason number 5. Practicality. It's not the most practical item, but I've seen bikers in World War II helmets. One can also wear one to a fancy party of some kind, or wear it in some extreme situation. Although I don't think it actually needs to be practical. It's a collectible piece of merchandise and it needs to be on a shelf. I'm not suggesting that one should collect these helmets, of course, because it's almost impossible to find them now. I do think, however, that it is better to collect something that you will value in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned to see some other rare videos about Operation Flashpoint and Arma. Bye.